Hi, I'm Leathur Rokk. Welcome to my channel. I want to talk to you about something that's been weighing on my heart very much this past week. I wasn't able to discuss because I had some microphone problems. Now, a couple of days after Israel was attacked, when I felt that it was finally safe to walk out and about and not have to deal with some crazy demonstration or something, I went to the boardwalk and I decided to talk to a friend of mine who was, I don't know how long ago he immigrated with his family from some African country to America, and he's a young Muslim guy. And I asked him what he thought of what happened to Israel. And without missing a beat, he said, oh, they've had this thing going on for thousands of years. And I said, no, I mean specifically what happened October 7th. And he acted like it didn't happen, that whatever conflict is going on between the Palestinians and the Israelites, it's no big deal. Would not acknowledge that some catastrophic, terrible, awful, despicable series of war crimes happened. And I had to walk away because I just wasn't able to make it click to him that, hello, something absolutely atrocious and despicable happened to people, and it was done by, I couldn't say what group because I forgot, oh, he's Muslim, and he just wasn't sympathizing for the Israelis at all. Now I have another friend who I've been friends with for a long time, who lives in one of my favorite cities, and he does a lot of volunteering and stuff, and the causes that he volunteers for are all left-wing causes, very liberal. He considers himself to be a peacenik. And he has all these signs for the group Answer that's about the Middle East and about, Palestinians versus the Israelites. And he affiliates himself with all these organizations that basically support the Palestinians and accuse Israel of being an aggressor. And his hippie tent that they all hang out in and volunteer in has all these signs that are against Israel and all these signs that are against all the Republicans, of course. I remember when they were anti-Bush signs, and now there's anti-Trump signs. And the only thing that I could remotely find that I agree with was the signs in support of freeing marijuana, and of course the signs about being pro-choice. But everything else is Republicans are being blamed for everything, and Orange Man bad, and America's bad, and basically practically pro-socialism, pro-communism as far as I'm concerned. And I keep on talking to him about the terrible things that just happened with Israel being attacked on October 7th. And he would not acknowledge that it was a terrible, terrible thing. He even tried to give the moral relativism thing, saying, oh, well, Israel has been doing really terrible things to them, even though Israel has never been the aggressor. And he just, no matter what I said, it was always, well, but it's an ongoing conflict, and he didn't make it like it's a big deal. And then he says, oh, just because I support Palestine doesn't mean I'm pro-Hamas. Even though, how can you differentiate them? I know there's good people who are Palestinians who don't agree with torture and stuff, and I also know that Hamas is not letting them leave where they're at. And so meanwhile, Israel is being blamed for this. But there are so many people here in America, either are Muslims themselves who refuse to acknowledge the atrocities for what they are and still blame Israel for everything, or these well-meaning people who don't have a dog in this hunt and still blame Israel for everything, and they side with Hamas and they side with the Palestinians. At this point, if you know these atrocities have happened and you side with the Palestinians, then you're pro-Hamas as far as I'm concerned. And yes, Jewish Americans and Jewish people all over the world do have reason to fear. You don't know about lone wolves and everything. People I have seen personally walking around town here in Atlantic City, houses of worship, definitely the mosques are under protection. I assume the synagogues are too. If one's going to be protected, damn right the other ones need to be protected. These things are going on. If they're going on here, they're going on all over. And I haven't seen anything, I haven't heard anything around town in either way, honestly. So I don't know where there's anything pro-Israel, for instance. I would certainly be willing to go participate in something like that. I've seen pro-Palestinian things here, right behind me, this stage here. I've seen things. the space can be rented out by any number of groups if you get the necessary permits and things. You know, this is where the Hare Krishna people was, this whole area that I'm showing you here. When you do the parades go down the boardwalk, this is a big stopping part because you got plenty of space here to have food trucks and seating and stuff. You've seen what it's like when there's benches and stuff here. They took the benches off so many other places, even the places that, well, you know what started it? It was, part of it was in response to COVID. You didn't want chairs close to each other. Another part was part of it, homeless people getting drunk and creating a nuisance and gathering, and these groups, even if they weren't bothering people, they intimidated people, and people probably dropped dimes and stuff. But yeah, this is a real issue here that people who are ill-informed persist in blaming Israel. Now, even if you don't believe that they are chosen by YHVH and they have a historical connection to that land, you see, if I get into this, it would seem hypocritical to me because I am an American, but I am not an American Indian. I don't have that ancestry in me. And yet I've called myself a Native American because my family was here before this was America. I'm actually not an immigrant. I'm a colonist, and there's a difference. But some would say that because I'm a colonist, I'm worse. I don't know. But that said, I'm not guilty of the sins of my ancestors, right? Nobody should be judged by somebody else's action. It's not their own. So, but if I'm support of my being here in America, this probably makes me look hypocritical when I still say I back Israel, but I do. I back Israel, and I have enough knowledge about history and their what's the word I'm looking for? Their attachment to that land. They belong there. And you know, I don't understand the people that like Hamas won't let them leave. Why aren't they let in by the other surrounding countries? I don't understand. It seems to me that if they're Islamic people and they're in a hot climate, they'd be happier in something that's kind of equatorial, kind of that is predominantly Muslim, so that they don't have to assimilate because they're already there. And why those surrounding countries don't take them in, I don't know. Why they feel that they have to be in Israel or feel that they have the right to sneak over here or whatever. Or people come here and then they want to change it to the country that they just left. It doesn't work that way, you know. But anyway, I'm just really sick and tired of what's going on with the people blaming Israel and this one-sided news coverage for the most part, unless you're watching certain media like Fox News Channel and certain more or less right-wing leaning media. But there are people that believe these atrocities are not taking place. You know, when the IDF, as soon as the smoke was clearing, the IDF went and brought all their soldiers in to take pictures of all the evidence that was left behind, because there's always people that are going to say that it didn't happen. When the Holocaust, we found out about it, the president, everybody, he insisted that they take pictures so that nobody could go around and say that the Holocaust didn't happen. These terrible things are going on, and right now Israel is at war, and there's going to be people that are going to, anything Israel does, they're going to blame it on them, or the things that, like Hamas is getting involved, that hospital strike, that they try to blame on Israel, and all the evidence is that it was not Israel that did it. And still certain people, including certain people in our own government, are spreading these lies. And now anything Israel does to defend itself, people are going to judge that country on, and that's totally wrong. I have my own opinions on how I think Israel could deal with it, but, you know, I will keep them to myself. I'm only an amateur political strategist. But I make no apology for supporting Israel, and anybody that can turn a blind eye to the most disgusting torture things that they're doing. I thought that 9/11 was a terrible thing, and I was traumatized by that, and I'm still traumatized by that, and this is fucking me up even more. And so, anyway, but I just wanted to share that there are some people that really still won't see, and somebody I even had to unfriend on Facebook, because even though we were friends in real life, if he sent me in snail mail, he sent me this pamphlet about this organization that's Jews Against Zionism or something. It's like, I'm sorry, but I know that you can always find people who will not have their own best interests at heart, and everybody has a right to think what they want. But if your thinking compels you to do things that involve hurting other people, then, you know, All right, that's what I had to say. Talk to you guys soon. Bye.